Okay, now I'm gonna be reacting to this video where this guy takes this girl to I think he called it the Shake Shack, and she was just being ungrateful to him about going to the restaurant. And so we're gonna watch it, and and after we watch it, then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it.
Look at him. Y'all see this? Look at me. Y'all see how I look right now? This man that brought me on a date to Shake Shack. Like, of all places. Look at him. You got all them chains and stuff like that on your neck.
Like that girl, but
Shit might have been wrong.
Shake Shack is nothing wrong. Then you order the chicken sandwich and stuff like there's nothing wrong with Shake Shack. Shake Shack is a good spot. You tripping, man.
Really? So you could have took me nowhere else better than Shake Shack.
And Shake Shack is a good spot.
I mean, this what you got me. That's it.
Would have loved to go to Shake Shack.
You got me 2 sandwiches and a drink.
So what? And it cost me $50 for just this.
This cost you $50.
$50. It cost me $50.
Let me see the receipt.
You ain't got to see the receipt. That's how much it costs. You act like you ungrateful. That's why I don't even like going on dates and stuff like that.
I mean, you be going out spending hundreds of thousands at the club and stuff like that. I don't see why I gotta come to Shake Shack.
The thing about it is this is lunch. You said let's go out for lunch. Surprise me, and I took you to Shake Shack. And this is how you act.
And that's the best surprise you could have got. Go ahead, start recording. I'm already in there.
I'm gonna show the internet.
Yeah, show them.
But you wanna order like you still order like
Show
you
them.
wanna eat. You still about to eat.
I ain't say the food was nasty. I just said I wanted something else.
You wanted to go to what? Where you want to go? Where do you want to go?
I mean, shoot. I mean, right here in the South Side. I mean, all these fancy restaurants over here. We couldn't have got something that at least gave me some silverware.
We could have went that for dinner.
Okay, but check this out. Check this out, though. Hold on. I'm about to prove a point, though. Pick up your foot. Let me see your foot. Yeah.
That's how Shake Shack do it.
That's a fork.
This is how Shake Shack do it.
Okay.
This is how Shake Shack. This is
right.
finger food.
Okay.
Like, you don't even need a fork. This
Okay.
is bougie. Like,
All
look,
right.
that's bougie.
All right.
This is finger food. Like, you don't even need a fork. This is bougie. Like, that's bougie.
All right. Whoa. Whoa. Let me adjust the glasses for this one. All right. So, she says, look at her. She looked cute. I would have gave her a 6 in the face. If not a 5. But I would have gave her a 6. That's with makeup, weave, fake eyelashes. That don't count. Women don't seem to understand that. What you look like when you make yourself up don't count as what you look like without the stuff that men really want to see, and that counts. The real you. Because that ain't the real you. She looked slim. She had a bad attitude. He bought her 2, looked like 2 burgers, a big fries. I love some burgers and fries. $50 is expensive for some burgers and some fries. She ain't had nothing to take them nowhere. And he's paying for her food, and she was being picky. And I really want to comment on the part where she says, you spending all this money at the club, you got all these chains around your neck. Listen, ladies, that's not your husband. He not obligated to spend that money on you. That's his money. He want to go have fun at the club. That's what you picked to date. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's his money. He's not obligated to spend his money on you. He spends his money on him, and what he want to do is his money, not your money. The way that she said it, she was saying it as if she was his wife and he's obligated to take her there. Listen, ladies, I got a video on husband and boyfriend. Husband, boyfriend. Let me tell you something. A man that is your boyfriend or just a date, because he said this is why I don't even like dating. So he don't even really know her like that. And she's coming to him expecting this expensive restaurant that her pants dudes ain't took her to. Because if they did, then she'd be still with them. So she's coming in thinking she look a certain way. And ladies, let me tell you something. Your looks are important to a man, but it's just a small part of what we look for. Your attitude is the next thing up. If you look great, if you're a 10, we don't care. If your attitude is horrible, we just don't want you. We don't care. She is lucky, because I would have figured that out right there, and that would have been the end of our date. I'd have finished my burger, my fries, and went on by my business and just left her sitting there. I mean, I'd have offered to drop her back at home if I picked her up from her house, and that would have been it. And I wouldn't have talked to her no more. I mean, I've been a gentleman to that degree. But it depends on how bad her attitude was, because if she was being real disrespectful, I would have said, listen, go ahead and take your money and go to the nice restaurant you want to go to, or get your Uber to go home. You ain't appreciative for me coming to take you here, because he took her there. He's paying for everything coming from him. He not her man. She ain't getting him no ass, ain't nothing with her, and she sitting there thinking she the entitled to something. You ain't sleeping with him. You ain't gave him none of that papaya. You ain't, even if you did, he not obligated to take you nowhere. He not your husband. You ladies are really abusing the fact that you see a man with some money, and the man with the money is supposed to spend it on you. He don't know you. He ain't supposed to spend nothing on you. He don't know you. He don't owe you nothing. You ain't sleeping with him. Okay, so listen to it. Let's look at it this way. Imagine you ladies went to school, took you years to get right, or you got a business and it took you years to get that business to a successful point. You made all this money, and imagine a man coming into the picture saying that he's dating you for you to take him to places, and he's dating you because of what you have or what you can offer him from your business. You won't want nothing to do with that guy. If you won't want nothing to do with that guy, then why would that guy want something to do with you? It's like you guys think that men are fools. I mean, what happened to your Bible, black Christian women? Because I know all y'all are going to say, oh, I'm Christian, I'm this, I'm that. What happened to your Bibles? Do unto others as you want done unto you. Treat people the same way you would treat yourself. People are just not understanding that your problems are not everybody else's problems. He not obligated to take you nowhere. The fact that he was willing to come and take you to any restaurant, you should be grateful. I would have been grateful. You going to pay $50 for have some burgers and fries, and I eat burgers and fries. Hey, I'm cool with that. Because that's another problem, man. Like, if you are being this difficult, for burger and fries, I won't want nothing else to do with you, because I can only imagine what you'll be like into another restaurant. It's embarrassing, it's disrespectful, it's ungrateful, it's unappreciative, it's all the uns. Okay? It makes people unhappy. It's unfair. It's unattractive. Yeah, I would be unavailable to talk to you again. Yeah, I would be unavailable. It took too much. I would have just left her at the table. If she was being that bad, I would have been like, look, just get up from the table and go on about your business. And if she kept on with it, I would have just took my food, put it in the to-go bag, and just left her right there, paid the bill, went on about my business. She wasn't even worth the burger and fries. Though an attitude like that, she ain't even worth going on a date to begin with. Yeah, I would have never talked to her again. There was too much going on. And she talking about, look at me. And she basically was like an average chick when you take away the makeup. Because if she got a 6 with makeup on, imagine what her number really is. She's probably like a 5. And then she looked slim. And then looked like she was really working with much. And then she got weave in her head, a pound of makeup on, fake eyelashes. No, sweetheart. Look at you. Nothing about you is real. Take that weave out, take them eyelashes off, take that makeup off, and then let's look at what you really look like, and let's see the real length in your hair. Let's see what your real hair look like, and what your real skin look like, and what your real face looks like. And then let's see what it is. Because basically what she was saying was, because of her look, she should be going to nice restaurants. And the problem with that is women are looking at too much Instagram, too much social media. They looking at too many other women lie about what they get, and it's ugly. It's ugly. It's crazy, and it's ugly. Let me give you a bonus video. There was a lady, I watched a video of a lady that said, black lady, woke up, looked like she was in her house. And she said she was going to manifest her a meal at a real expensive restaurant. She was going to manifest her a meal today. Okay. Listen to it. Because this is what I mean by the elevator don't go all the way to the top floor. The lights are on, but nobody's home. No common sense. Not understanding the meaning of words that you use. Both be educated, and it just ain't nothing up there in that dome. So she goes to the restaurant that she's saying she's going to manifest the meal to today. Okay. And she said this is how she manifests a meal. And this is how she manifests the meal in the restaurant she want to eat at. So she goes into the restaurants and she looks for a man that's sitting with other men or alone. And she looks at what he has on and says, this is the target. Target? What does they have to do with manifestation? Flirts with the guy, persuades the guy to buy her meal, and then says she manifested the meal today. Listen, all I can say is, wow. Okay? That's not manifestation. That is manipulating. That's conning somebody, manipulating them, and tricking them and flirting with them in a deceitful way, being deceptive to get them to pay for a meal you don't want nothing to do with the guy. And then when the dude paid for her meal, okay, she smiled with him, went and had a conversation with him, started a conversation with him, sat by him, just to get him to pay for her meal. He paid for her meal, and she said she manifested the meal. And this is how you manifest the meal. You look for your target. Men went off when she called the man a target. Even women went off in the comments about the video. But I'm going to say this. It never left my head that this black lady, and then I saw another video where she was like, I'm going to teach you guys how to manifest things. That is not manifestation, lady. Listen to me, sweetheart. There's nothing that you did was manifestation. That was completely manipulative, deceitful. You're conning the guy. You're flirting with the guy and basically begging him to pay for your meal because you couldn't pay for your own. Why go somewhere if you ain't got the money to pay for it? You shouldn't even be there. I don't know why women do that. They go places, they don't got the money, they try to look real good and think that men are just going to pay for their meal. And I saw another one, this is another video, I got to throw this in there. There was another video where it was a white guy. He was in the airport. And the woman was in the airport. And the man offered to take her to dinner. And the lady was a nice restaurant in there. And the lady said, oh, I could pay for my own meal and this and this and that. So the lady said that, she didn't have nobody. And she was cool with being his friend. And she was cool with him taking her to eat, but she wasn't attracted to him. And when the man heard that, and then she was like in her phone and doing other things, and the man, is there, and he had offered to pay for her meal, and he said, why are you at the table? And she said, oh, being, friendly, and, you invited me to eat. He said, but you've been in your phone since you've been here, and basically, you know that I'm interested in talking to you, and you're basically saying that you're not showing respect or appreciate you being really rude by being in your phone, and I'm paying for the meal. And then she's like, well, he said, you said you had the money, you could pay for your own meal, right? She done ordered all this shit on him. Okay. Ordered drinks, food, appetizers, everything on him. It's a nice restaurant. And you could tell the man was rich. He had money. Older white guy. She said, yeah, I could pay for my meal. He said, well, since you being rude in your phone, you're not really interested, you pay for your own meal. And she said, oh, I think that's really rude and disrespectful. He said, what's disrespectful about it? You disrespected me. You're being rude to me. You think that I'm going to pay for your meal? You think you're going to get a free meal out of me, and you're going to do what you want to do and ignore me and not, he's like, if you got money to pay for your own meal, pay for your own meal. He said, I was going to do it, but, I changed my mind. You pay for your own meal. And the lady got mad. And the man was like, no, that's just what it is. And he was absolutely right. If you sitting in your phone on the other side, listen, ladies, if you have no intentions of dating a guy, if you have no intentions of having anything with this man, if you don't see him in a sexual manner, don't take his money. Don't go on a date with him, because now you're using the guy. You won't want a man to use you. Don't use a man. You taking his money, his time, his resources. You taking up all his energy. Just don't waste nobody's time because you want a free meal. I see a lot of women using men for free meals because that's really what it is. And if the men were smart, they could tell that the women have no interest in them. But a woman with hardly any options of men want to take her to a nice restaurant, she's willing to use the man for the restaurant just because he's nice enough to take her and she knows he's interested in her. But yet she'll still take his money and go to a restaurant knowing she has no intentions of ever being intimate with him or dating him seriously. And it's bad, but it's the truth. And it's wrong. You should never do that. I have told my daughters, I say, listen, if you don't have an interest in somebody and you don't see them in a sexual manner, don't go nowhere with him. Don't go to his house. Don't take his money. Don't go on a date with him. Don't do any of that stuff, because if you do, you're basically sending a message to him that it's a chance. And what you ladies don't understand is you are sending a message to the man by taking his money or by going on a date with him. You know that the man like you. Why go on a date with somebody that you don't really want to date like that? You don't see him in a sexual way. You don't see him, your future having a relationship with him. You do know you don't want one. Why continue to go on dates and take the man money? And you could tell women who don't feel that way, they'll try to really run the guy in the ground. They'll try to bring their friends. I've seen videos of women are bringing their friends and want the man to pay for them and their friends. Are you ladies lost your man? Ain't no man finna pay for you and your friend. You lucky he paying for you. You not his wife. And even if you were, he ain't obligated to pay for your friends. Is he getting in their ass? Is they giving him? That nigga ain't even seen their drawers. He ain't even smelled to know what color they are. He can't even go up and get none of that booty. If he said he wanted some booty, everybody look at him like he was crazy. But you got no problem asking for his money. See, when you are coming to somebody for what they have, their money, it's their way. Their say, not yours. He can be nice enough, your man gonna be nice, be a gentleman, and say, where would you like to go? But if you start talking about restaurants where it's $200 and up, 100 and some bucks and up, no. I ain't sleeping with you, I ain't dating you, we ain't like that. I'm not taking you to no restaurant like that unless that's why I want to go. Because if I'm paying for it, it's got to be something I want to do. I ain't taking you for you. I'm taking you because I also want to go. It got to be something we both want to do. And if you paying for it or paying half for your meal, hey, I go with you if that's what you want to do. But personally, I'm not looking for a restaurant like that. It don't take a lot of money to get to know somebody. Not seriously. It really don't. It could be a Starbucks, sitting across the table. I'm having a lemonade, you having a coffee, you eating what you want. We sitting there talking and getting to know each, because really that's what it's really about. If you really want companionship, you really looking for a real relationship, then it don't matter what a person got. But you ladies seem to think you're entitled to something. And on top of that, you guys are average looking women. And an average looking woman don't get that kind of treatment. A man is about what you look like first. A woman will overlook what a man look like for what he have. We're not you guys. We don't think the way that you do. We don't want the same things that you do. What a man is looking for in a woman is not what a woman is looking for in a man. Y'all seem to think that we're like y'all. Y'all could get the jobs and the cars and the careers and that's supposed to mean something to us. That don't mean nothing to us because you ain't giving us none of that stuff. Now, it's some good women out there, but it's very few. Out of 100, it's probably 10 of them that's good. 90 of them are polluted and damaged and rotten. Need counseling. The majority of them, don't have a good attitude. Don't treat men the way they want to be, the way they would want the men to treat them, or treat the men with respect that is paying for all those things, drove all that way. I mean, it's this a crazy world, man. It really is. And I could go on and on with this, but yeah, I would have left homegirl at the table at the Shake Shack. Took my shake, my burger, my fries, left her with her, paid the bill, and said, "Hey, listen, get your Uber. I gotta go. Unless you ready to go right now, you go ahead and get your Uber. Let me drop you off." That would have been the last time we talked, and I wouldn't have cared. She could die by herself. That's not a person I was gonna marry or get serious with anyway. Not with an attitude like that. And women don't understand. As men, we just don't care. So many beautiful women and so little good men. It's period. This is not enough men to go around for all the women that are. Y'all outnumber us by millions. Y'all really don't get it. And you can't beat numbers. So, I hope this helps. But the reality of the situation is, nope, and hell to the no. Not happening. Anyway, that's my opinion on this. Had to say that, so yeah, I'm out.